There have been a lot of times where I'm excited, I get home from a shoot or a trip, I import, and then think to myself, wow, I probably should have just thrown my camera right out the window with a self-timer. I would have got way better shots. Today, what I'm gonna do in this video is give you 4, let's call them magical Lightroom tricks that will help you save your boring shots. I'm 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, welcome to my channel. It's great to have you. Let's do it. Before getting into the 4 magic tricks, you have to do basic editing of the white balance and the tone. My goal was to make this a moody sunset. All right, here we go. The 4 masterpiece edits. First one, shifting colors. Now this works with gradient filters, radial filters, and the brush tool. Right now, the entire shot is pretty much the same color, so let's add some life and turn the water into a gorgeous blue. So we're gonna select a gradient filter here and reset the settings. So hold Option and click Reset. Then I'll click and drag from the bottom and create a filter over the water. Now if you look down here, there's a little rectangle. You might not have ever noticed it, it's so small, and what it does is it changes the color of whatever's in your filter. Now the trick is not to go too overboard, so when you find the color hue that you like, you can drag the saturation slider to adjust how strong the effect is. So there is magical editing trick number 1. It's a game changer. You can change the color of practically anything, like a car or a hat, anything. All right, now I'm gonna show you trick number 2. You might be happy leaving this shot as it is. It's dark, it's moody. If that's your style, keep it. We're gonna keep going forward and we're gonna create a sunset. So scroll down to the color grading panel for our second edit. Now this is new in Lightroom 2021. If you have an older version of Lightroom, you can do the same thing in split toning. So here in the shadow color wheel, click and drag towards blue. That's going to adjust the hue or the color of all of the shadows in your image. And what I'm doing here is making it look like the water is reflecting color into the mountains. And we can do the same thing with the highlights, but the opposite. We're gonna make them look orange like a sunset. Now just adjust the balance between the shadows and the highlights to what you think looks good. So there's our second editing trick. Now the third one is really crazy. What we're gonna do is add a huge light hit to reinforce the sunset look. Or sunrise, whatever you want. Look right here, we have a light spot because of the sun. I'm gonna select the radial filter and then create a huge, I'm talking huge, radial filter. Reset all the settings if they're not reset already. Then click the invert button so that everything we do happens inside the circle. Here's what we're gonna do, and you can do this on any shot whenever there's a sun or a light source. Just crank the exposure, really crank it. And push up the temperature so we can keep those sunset vibes going. If you find that it's too much exposure, you can always drag it back down and adjust it to fit your taste. Look, these are really simple and easy, aren't they? Let's go on to the 4th magic trick. I don't know why I keep calling these magic tricks. Anyway, here is our 4th editing trick. We're gonna add some light rays coming from the sun, crossing the mountains. Now this is something you might have thought only possible in Photoshop, but there's a way to do it in Lightroom, and it's kind of a workaround, but it works. Here's what you're gonna do. Click on the brush tool, and make a big brush about this size. Thinking about a light ray in real life, it's a bright streak of light. So we need to make it brighter by raising the exposure. I think a sun ray would also have an orange hue to it, so let's use that color rectangle that I talked about earlier. We've got a couple more settings to change, so just hang in there. I'm gonna drop the flow to about 50%, and last, let's set the feather. We don't want the feather to be huge, we don't want it to be 0. We want it to be around the middle. All right, are you ready for this? I'm gonna paint a light ray across the entire mountain. Take it easy and be really subtle because too much can make it look really bad. I really like the look of what this does. Take a look at the before and after. Here's before, and here's after the light ray. It honestly makes the craziest difference and adds so much dynamic to your shot. If you want to add a bit more, you can draw some light rays towards the camera. All right, let me know down in the comments if you've ever used these editing tricks before. Other than that, thank you for watching the video. Hit that like button since you're still here. You must like the video. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and that shall be all. It was great to have you in this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Can't wait to see you. Peace.